Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. Um, it's game day, Sunday. Another early game. I told you guys I hate when the Cowboys play early games, but I think that because they got that wake up call last week against the Broncos, because I didn't believe that the Broncos were a better team than the Cowboys. We can all agree that. The Cowboys put their own foot in their ass. They allowed themselves to get beat. They weren't ready for that game. They got caught with their pants down and they got embarrassed. I know throughout this week that the Dallas Cowboys have been getting ready for those Atlanta Falcons. And again, this is another team that is not better than the Cowboys, but they do have weapons, and I'll explain that as well. Um, I think that because of last week, they are definitely focused. They're coming back to earth now. They're off their high horse. They understand that okay, well, we got our faces bashed in last week, so um, we ain't gonna let that happen again. And good teams don't let that happen again. Now, if you're not a good team, you will take a game like that and then start losing more after that. But for a team like the Cowboys, I believe that they're a much different team than they were in the past decade. Um, I think that it's a new culture here. You know, you're gonna lose games. Tampa Bay loses games. The Ravens just lost to the Dolphins on Thursday. Believe that, 22-10. And the Ravens are a really good team, and they got lost to one of the worst teams in the league, one of the three worst: Dolphins, Jaguars, and of course the Jets. Now, nobody's gonna say anything about those teams, but they always talk about us. But forget that outside noise and understand, as a Cowboy fan and as a person that supports the team, you got to understand that, like, don't woe is me, because they're not woe is me. This team is still fighting back. They're still doing what they need to do to win these games, and I think they're going to be ready for today. Now, coming into this game, Cowboys are 6-2. The Falcons are 4-4. Um, the Falcons on offense, they're 24th overall, which I thought they would have been a little better than that because Matty Ice isn't, he's a veteran quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback. And then they got Cordero Patterson, which is a guy that's switched a lot of different teams. A lot of teams didn't know how to use him, but the Falcons figured it out. So shout out to the Falcons for figuring out Cordero Patterson, using him as a running back and a wide receiver and on special teams. And of course, they got the young tight end phenom, Kyle Pitts, which I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of Kyle Pitts. I even watched him when he was at Florida. Their defense is 10th overall. Their passing is 7th overall, and their rushing is 31st overall, which I'm also shocked by too because of Cordero Patterson and what's the other guy? Mike Davis. They got. Um, so with the Cowboys, they come into this game 5th overall in offense, 14th in defense. We dropped a little bit because of the thrashing that we got by the Broncos last week. Um, we're 8th in passing and 8th in rushing. So with the Cowboys, they're looking to get even better than that this game. Look to see the Cowboys get that ground game back going with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. And sometimes I wish they would implement Corey Clement. Clement. Um, that's the guy that we got from the. He used to be with the. He was on the Super Bowl team. Believe it or not, he has a ring. He got a ring with the Eagles, but he's been on our team now this year, and I think that if he is active, I think they need to sprinkle him in there. I know they do. They have him on special teams mostly, but I think if you sprinkle him in the game and throw him the ball some too, because I've seen him with the Eagles. We played against him before, so we've seen what he can do. We know what he can do. Um, Cowboys. Fun fact: Cowboys have not lost at home in consecutive weeks since week 11 and 12 back in 2017. So if we win this game, then that fact remains true. But we can't lose this game. Cannot do it. Dallas ranks top 5 in the NFL in points per game, passing yards per game, and rushing yards per game for the fifth time since 1970. And every time that they've done that in a season, they've advanced to the Super Bowl those last 4 times. So we're not screaming Super Bowl right now, but let's just say if the Cowboys stay on this run, They stay, focused, and they forget about, they have amnesia about last week, but understand that that ass whooping was kind of good for them in a way of not getting too far ahead of yourself. So, it's a long road to the Super Bowl, it's a long road to the playoffs. I know we got injuries. I know we don't have Randy Gregory for a couple of games, but we will get these guys back at some point. So for that stretch down at the end of the season, that's going to be beneficial because you got a lot of division games toward the end of the season. So I think the hardest game at the end of the season is going to be the Cardinals. Outside of that, I think you pretty much got that wrapped up as far as the division. But you got Kansas City coming up next, and then you got the Raiders for Thanksgiving. So understand, you got to get these 3 games. Got to get these. They're going to be. It's going to be difficult because you got 3 games in 18 days. So after this week, you got a Thursday game, and then you got another Thursday game. So yeah, we gotta get that together. We did get Tristan Hill back. Finally, this is going to be his first time playing since we've seen him alligator roll that guy last year. But hopefully he'll come in and help that defensive tackle spot without Neville Gallimore in there. With the absence of Randy Gregory, I know a lot of people are worried about that, but we talk about next man up, but we have the guys that can do it. Terrell Basham got to step up. Dorrance Armstrong got to step up. These guys got to come in and play. Justin Hamilton, I know he's going to be in there. I like what I've seen of him this year. So we just got to apply pressure. I don't want to see Micah Parsons on the defensive line 24/7. They need to move him around some to do that. Now, this is a game that if Jabril Cox didn't get injured or tore that ACL, this would have been a perfect game for him because the way that the Falcons play is predicated on how he plays as a linebacker. So look to see what this linebacker core is going to do this game. I'm looking to see Dan Quinn to shift some things around and move Micah Parsons around and things of that nature. They got a good young guy, AJ Terrell. He was a guy that we looked at in the draft. They got him in that secondary. But we got to be able to stop Kyle Pitts and Cordero Patterson. Those are the big guys they got in their offense because they don't have Calvin Ridley right now because he's dealing with personal issues. But prayers up to Calvin Ridley, though, because like I told you guys, I'm very serious about mental health, and that's a big thing. Now, the Falcons will beat us in this game if we shoot ourselves in the foot like we did last week. If we allow them to get up early in this game and we allow them to get confidence, because one thing about Matt Ryan is he can score. He's a good quarterback. He can score. He can put up some points on you. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get their running game going because they're going to be up, and then Cordell Patterson is going to be Cordell Patterson. And on special teams, I know that Greg Zuerlein's not kicking. We got Larem Harulahu. Well, Harulahu got to get out there and kick that ball out of bounds because you don't want to give Cordell Patterson a chance to run that thing back on you. Another thing, what we need to do on offense, or just period, we need to play a clean game. We got to reduce the penalties. We got to reduce them. I know we're going to get some because we always do. The offensive linemen, they got to play better this week. I know we don't have Tyron playing, but Lyle pisses me off a little bit because I feel like he's not serious about his staying in shape when he's not playing. You had 5 games off. You should have been working your ass off. You sitting here worried about, trying to fight the case or whatever. What you should have been doing is had your fat ass in the gym getting ready for these games because you seen how he was last week over there sucking up oxygen on the side of the field. You should have been working out that whole time. There's no excuse for that. If you're serious about winning, if you're serious about helping your team, you already made the mistake by getting suspended because that was all his fault anyway. You embarrassed the team with that. So at least you can do is come back ready to fucking go. Like, stop with the BS. So Lyle better come in this game playing, and that's it. Period. They didn't. I can't get too mad at Terrence Steele because they shouldn't have put him on the left side. They should have kept him on the right and maybe put Lyle over there. But I know Lyle probably don't want to play left, but I don't give a damn. Your ass should have been playing. If you would have been playing and wouldn't have got suspended, you wouldn't have lost your right tackle spot in the first place. So let that be known. But that's neither here nor there. Now, like I said, keys to victory. Cowboys got to play clean game, eliminate the reduce the penalties, come out strong on offense, throw the ball deep. If the ball's not there, don't be afraid to check the ball down, because positive yardage is positive yardage. You'd rather have a 3rd and 4 than a 3rd and 12. So let's put it that way. And if we get in these 4th and 1 situations, be smart about it. If we're in field goal position, kick the damn field goal. If we're in our territory, just go ahead and punt the ball. Live to see another day. So with that being said, y'all, let me know what y'all think about this game today at 1 o'clock in a few hours. And let me know what y'all think in the comment box. And shout out to Calvin Ridley again for taking care of his health. With that being said, y'all, it's your boy E2 Blue. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let's go, Cowboys.